also on my YouTube channel if you want to. So this is a masterclass this morning on teaching self-love and teaching self-worth. And I'm super glad that you guys joined us today because this is such an important topic for everybody. I mean, literally, our self-esteem is completely wrapped around our self-love and our self-worth, how we feel about ourselves. And so I'm going to be teaching 5 key points today about self-love, along with at the very end, I'm going to be telling you guys something very exciting that I'm launching that I'm very, very excited about. And not only that, we'll do a Q&A at the very end. So if that is something that you have a question about, please hold it to the end, just write it down, and then we'll do a Q&A at the very end. And you're more than welcome to type it in the text in the chat box too if you want to remember the question. I'll just go in at the end and answer any questions that you might have. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Kat Hart, and I am known as the Fairy Godmother. And I love to teach, and I've been teaching for a little while now. I've taught basic intuition classes in the past. I've taught retreats, and this is my first big master class that I'm very excited about. And the self-love is so important because for me, that was always been one of my biggest challenges. It's always been really finding that self-worth on the inside, because having self-confidence and having self-worth are 2 completely different things. Self-confidence to me is something that you can learn to have by trial and error, by doing things over and over and over. And it's like a muscle that you can build. But the self-worth on the inside, really actually loving yourself, is something that you have to grow from the inside. Confidence is something you can actually build kind of from the outside, like I said, by doing. If you do enough things. So if you are really good at your job, you can build confidence in your job. If you're really good at playing an instrument, you can build confidence in your instrument. You can build confidence in, say, you're a comedian, and the more you get on stage, the more you can actually build your confidence on stage, or even getting in front of a camera like this. You can build your confidence. But to actually build your self-esteem, to know that you're worth it on the inside so you don't ruin everything that comes your way, is literally one of the most important disciplines that we could possibly have. And so for me, it was so important because I had basically a history of sabotaging so many things in my life. And I didn't want to continue the cycle. And I would say specifically in like relationships, that was probably my biggest area of not feeling worthy. And in relationships, I would find a way to sabotage, but even more devastating is I wasn't choosing the right partners. I was choosing people in my life who I know in some way would either leave me or hurt me or wouldn't be there for me or whatever the case. So that really led to hard lessons for me in order to, I got to prove myself right for not being worth staying with. And I attribute that back to my parents splitting up when I was very young and feeling a sense of abandonment. And just it takes you to very low places in your life if you don't have a hold around that. And it shows up in every area of your life. It shows up in your work ethic. It shows up in your relationships with your friends or your family members. It shows up in so many areas of your life, even especially when you're going to live your dreams. You don't go full steam ahead. Like, why don't we have everything that we've ever wanted already? Because you probably believe in it. You're probably excited about it. You're probably, like motivated to do it. But why aren't we taking those action steps every single day to actually get the things that we want? Because inside, there's somewhere inside of us that we don't believe are actually worth it. And so that worthiness is the most important thing that we can build. And so for me, it has been the one thing that has truly unlocked all that magic inside. Everything that I've ever wanted, everything that I ever really truly believed in is now obtainable for me because I built that self love on the inside. And so, really, how self love impacts your well being overall is basically it increases your self confidence, it improves your mental and emotional health, it gives you stronger relationships in your life because you actually choose friends, you choose counterparts, you choose jobs that are worthy of you. You choose things in your life that you actually know is going to help your self-esteem and your respect. It's going to build that. And I'll get into this later, but that's why it's so important to choose people that support you and that actually are there for you, relationships that are encouraging and positive. So, how one of the first ways that you can really tell about your self esteem, if you're wondering, wow, do I have bad self esteem or do I have bad self worth, is your negative self talk. So, if you're talking down to yourself consistently, if you're saying, man, that was stupid, why did I do that? Or what an idiot I am. All these little things that we tell ourselves. You stupid ass. What did you do? How did you do that again? What is wrong with you? Oh my gosh, I didn't do this. How come I didn't do this? What is wrong with me? That type of thing. That's considered negative self talk. And when you say it over and over and over, it literally whacks away at your self esteem and it literally drains your self love. And so it's important that we're recognizing negative self talk patterns. So the best part is we can actually break that cycle. We can break the cycle of the negative self-talk if we actually um, start recognizing the pattern. And so again, super important that we're recognizing the patterns and that we are can you guys make sure that you are muted? I'm getting some back noise from somebody. Thank you guys. So again, just recognizing the negative self-talk is the first step. Like knowing that you're doing it is going to be key to you actually getting rid of it and starting to break that cycle. So what you can do though is you have to replace it. You have to find a way to reframe your self-talk and replace it with something positive. So if you're beating yourself up because you didn't do something, you can start saying, well, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't do my work today that I wanted to do towards my dream. Say you're writing a book and every single day you're supposed to spend at least 10 minutes writing in your book. Or maybe it's a half hour. It doesn't matter how long it is, but you set a goal for yourself. You made a commitment to yourself and you didn't do it. Rather than saying, "Oh my gosh, what an idiot. Why didn't I do that again? Why once again did I let my dream slip through my fingers? Why did I let another day go by without doing my work?" Rather than beating yourself up in that way, reframe it and go, "Okay, what's going on that's causing me to not take these steps to live my dreams?" Because that's all it is. It's just an awareness. It's an awareness that we're avoiding something or we're finding distractions in order to not do what we want to do. And that for me was a big key. Finding distractions I'm a pro. I am an absolute pro at finding distractions because, man, if I don't wanna do something, I will go out in the yard and pick up dog poop. If I don't wanna do something, I will wash the dishes, I will clean the house, I will do all of a sudden, my friend needs to talk to me. I've gotta be there for that friend at that moment. So, I am the master of distractions, and so I really had to realize that I'm using these as excuses to not live up to my fullest potential. And when you start realizing, holy cow, like, oh my, I am really sabotaging myself, you can start the process of unwinding, stopping and reversing a little bit and going, why am I doing this? What behavior is causing me to really feel like I don't get to, have success in writing this book or building this play or building this company or whatever it is for you, building your courses. Like, why aren't you putting the work in? Because the people that are the most successful are the people that are doing the work every day. They're getting up early, they're staying up late. I mean, some of you got up early to be on this call this morning. It just shows commitment to yourself. Maybe it's a commitment to me. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support, but it's also showing commitment to yourself. You committed to be here because you knew that you had something bigger and better going on. You're feeling the call, and your self-esteem wants to come out. Your self-esteem wants to show itself. Your love wants to come bursting through. And that's the beautiful part. It's something that you can actually grab a hold of and practice. It's not aloof. It's not something that's out there. It's something that's a very integral part of who we are on the inside. And so recognizing those self-talk patterns, reframing those and replacing them with positive affirmations. So 3 really important steps if you're having negative self-talk is, first of all, recognize the pattern. Second of all, reframe. Why are you doing this? Wait a minute. Maybe it's not that I didn't have the time. I did have the time. I just used my time poorly because I didn't believe in myself. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to be honest with yourself. It's the only way you can really grow and you can change is starting to get honest with yourself. And number 3, replace it with something positive. I wake up every morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so grateful to be alive. I can do this thing. I can do this. I am going to grab my coffee and I'm getting to work right now. There's nothing that's going to stop me from even spending 5 minutes on my journaling or reading or doing those things that help me to build up my positive self-esteem. And it's a muscle. Once you start really building that self-love on the inside, you actually start growing your ability to find time to do the things you actually want to do. And then you get excited about it. Then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. I spent 10 minutes writing on my book today. I spent 10 minutes. I'm so excited. And then tomorrow, maybe you're going to have an extra 5 minutes and you're going to spend 15 or 20 minutes. And maybe one day you're just going to have so much inspiration that you're going to be writing for hours. And you're going to go, oh my gosh, where did the time go? I'm so proud of myself. And I know for me, the more time I put into myself and the more time I put into my life, the more proud I am. Like the last couple of days, man, I've been preparing for this masterclass. I put 18 months of work into the thing that I'm going to tell you about, that I'm going to be launching, to be able to actually come to this place where you're starting to harvest your fruit is magical. I mean, I'm getting emotional even thinking about it because I'm so proud of myself. And I'm finding so much love for me because I know I'm worth it. And I also know the people that I care about in this world are worth hearing my message because hopefully something that I say unlocks you today. Hopefully something I put out there, some kind of content saves somebody's life. Maybe it makes them change their ways. Maybe it makes them be kinder to themselves or their family or their children or their coworkers. Maybe it lets that person in on the freeway who's so desperately trying to get to their family member in the hospital. You never know what life you're going to change, and you never know who you're going to help by being the joyful version of yourself. Because when you are that joyful version of yourself, you actually put more love out into the world. And that's my goal. My goal is to shift hearts into love. That's my goal. So, number three, so the five teaching points. Number one is knowing how self love impacts your overall well being, and it increases your self confidence, improves your mental health, and your stronger relationships. Number two, identifying the negative self talk. That's recognizing negative self talk patterns, reframing it, and replacing it with positive affirmations. Number three, practicing positive self care. How many times do we put ourselves in front of everybody else and we put ourselves last? We want to make sure that, the kids get off to school, or the kids get breakfast, or maybe our partner makes sure that, they've got a healthy meal for the day. Maybe it's our coworkers. We bring something for them to snack on at work, or we're making sure that we're taking care of everybody else first before we're taking care of ourselves. It is not more important to go on social media in the morning and go like your friends' posts than it is to make sure that you love yourself for a few minutes. It's more important for you to wake up in the morning with gratitude and with hope for your day, with a positive mindset. No matter what is going on in your life, you can handle it better, and you can find better solutions if you put yourself in the right mindset. So practicing good self-care can look like doing your meditation or learning deep breathing techniques, which we all need to do. What about learning some tapping techniques, which I love doing the tapping? I love that. Um, Make sure that you get into a routine of personal self-care, because again, having a routine, we crave routine. I used to think, oh, I'm such a free bird. I don't need routines. I got this. I got this. Well, the truth is that I love structure. I love having a routine because I know what's expected of me every single day. I know that I want to journal every day. I know that I want to read in my book every single day. I want to read something positive. If you guys aren't muted, can you make sure that your mics are muted? Pretty please. We'll have Q&A at the very end. Thank you. So I make sure that I drink water, and I have water first thing in the morning, because that's, again, super important that you're hydrating and you're taking care of yourself. I've got my water right here. It's in my coffee mug, but it's actually water. So, maybe it's just lovingly, brushing your hair. Another thing that I do for self-care is I love to take salt baths. I take Epsom salt baths, and I love it. It makes my skin super soft. It makes me smell really good. I just love the smell that comes on my skin. I love the softness that I feel. I love everything about taking these Epsom salt baths. So make sure that you have a routine that nourishes every part of you, body, mind, and soul. So these things, again, having an exercise routine, no matter, again, what it is. What it could be walking, it could be marching in place if you don't have a lot of space. It could be doing some sit-ups. Again, doing it's called hatha breath, doing hot breathing, literally like and doing these powerful movements are super important to making sure that you get the breath that you need, but it also charges you and it really gets your blood going. You'll a few breaths of that, you'll feel your body heating up. You'll actually feel it. And not only that, did you know that you can expend fat cells through your breath? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I actually learned this from a yogi that when you do this hot breathing, you can actually watch. I feel some of you right now just going in with the good, out with the bad, in with the good, out with the bad. No, so having those deep breathing techniques are really important. So again, that can be part of your daily practice, but having something that nourishes you body, mind, and soul is going to be really important for you to be able to get in a positive routine. And again, build that self love that is so important for you. So, oh, healthy eating. Eating healthy. How many times do we not eat healthy or we just grab a quick snack? Again, loving yourself means preparing for yourself. It means actually maybe making some food. I tend to make a big portion of food like ground meat or chicken or something like that, that actually I can keep in the fridge. I'll cut up veggies or I'll cut up fruit and I'll have it so it's easy for me. It's an easy go to. And then I also have protein shakes. I always have a thing of protein around. So again, protein is the number one thing you can put in your body to help your body. Everything that you see, your hair, your skin, your eyes, your nails, this is all built from protein. Our building blocks of life are actually protein. And so you need to make sure that you're putting protein in your body every single day, and good proteins, healthy proteins. So if nothing else, if you can't do anything else, have a protein shake. I saw the coolest thing the other day, Premier Protein, which is a type of shake. It comes in a powder form, it comes in a liquid form. It also now comes in cereal form. Are you kidding me? And so one of the people that I listened to for health literally took a bowl of Protein cereal and then took protein liquid and actually made their cereal that morning, and it had something crazy like 70 grams of protein. And it was, I mean, what a great way to start your day. It not only feeds your mind, but it's feeding your entire body. So eggs, another, what was his name? Dr. Amen. If you haven't heard of Dr. Amen, check him out. Amen, Dr. Amen. He is incredible for health. He says a lot of us are hangry. A lot of us are very angry people because we're starving to death. We don't have enough nutrition in our bodies in order to sustain that the thought processes and the building blocks of our life. And so if you can tolerate eggs, or if you're an egg eater, my ex used to have an egg allergy. I totally get it. So again, you can refer to the protein shakes, but to have 2 eggs every single morning if you can. Hard boil them, put them in a egg carton and have them ready to go. So it's something you can grab on the way to work, because if you can't do anything else, grab a bottle of water, in a metal bottle, please, or glass or ceramic. Please don't use plastic. Oh my gosh, you guys, they have the craziest study that they came out with all the microplastics that are in water bottles nowadays, and we're just consuming this stuff. But have these eggs ready to go. And if you're running out the door and if you're late and you can't eat anything else, you can grab 2 hard-boiled eggs. And at least you know for the day you're starting out with healthy protein. I'm going to tell you something. One of the biggest shifts that I did for myself in my health was adding protein every single morning to my diet. Starting to eat eggs, having that protein shake, starting to do those things. Super important for me. So, and make sure that you have a plan to do something in your life that creates joy, something that makes you happy. And did you know that playing small literally causes more stress in your life than anything else? Not doing the work and not doing the things that you know that you're supposed to do causes so much stress in your life, because you're beating yourself up. You're literally taking away from your life force because you are not doing the things that you need to do in order to build that joy in your life. You're robbing yourself of your own joy by not doing the work. by not putting the time in, by dismissing it yet another day. Because then you go to bed thinking, man, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I, take the time? Why did I let another day slip by and not do the work? Why don't I have the success that I want? Why don't I have the relationship that I want? Why don't I have the finances in my bank account that I want? Because you weren't committed to it. And yeah, things come up. We build it up a little bit of a savings, and then something happens. The car breaks down, or somebody needs us, or we need dental work, whatever it is. I get that part, but you know what? A friend of mine who's actually on the Zoom here, we can talk about that in Q&A. She says all around your house, every single one of us has thousands of dollars worth of stuff that we can sell. So why aren't we putting in a couple items on every single day and getting rid of that junk? And if you don't, you know somebody that does. Somebody would probably pay you to help them get rid of their stuff in their house, all that junk. It's liberating. It's liberating. I know this is going to sound crazy. I had a house fire 2.5 years ago. And you guys, yes, it was sad. It was devastating to lose all that stuff. But in a weird way, it was really liberating. Like releasing all that junk, and I probably had hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff in my house because I had my family stuff from that people that passed away. And I had all types of antiques that I was planning on selling one day that I never got around to doing. And I could have had that money in the bank account rather than throwing away broken shards of it or little tiny melted pieces of it into a massive garbage bin. Because guess what? One day, that's where it's going anyway. So you can transition all that stuff into a cash flow for you. You can transform that into abundance. And what they say is, so one man's trash is another man's treasure. Maybe you have that thing that could help somebody else. Or maybe by you helping somebody get rid of all that clutter and all that junk, you're going to help them to feel liberated because you can breathe. And the more knowledge that you have, the less stuff that you need. We need things because it helps us to feel better about ourselves. It helps us to feel worthy that we have all this stuff. It helps us to feel great that we have this car, or we have this, awesome, line of clothing, or we've got this awesome purse. Do you really need the Louis Vuitton bag? Really? I mean, there's so many other beautiful things that you can put that money towards. Just last night, I was at an incredible play called The Thorn. If you get a chance, I highly recommend it. It was this magnificent play about the story of Jesus and the creation. Literally, it starts from creation, which is amazing. It has all these stars, but it had aerial acrobatics and it had all this really cool stuff. And the people that created the play were there. And throughout their journeys around the world, they ran into this organization called Compassion that literally was adopting families and children around the world in order to, and I don't mean physically adopting them, I meant adopting them and helping them with food or resources, water, clothing, books for school, things that they don't need. And they were able to literally tell the audience, and after the first act, they did a break and they told the audience about it. And last night, families got fed. Children got helped. I was able to adopt 2 children, and I get to send them birthday presents. One's in Brazil, the other one's in Ecuador, and I could not be more excited. But because I started building my financial abundance, I was able to do that. For the simple cost of a meal. I literally, after the play, I went and had the same meal that I spent $43 a month to help this family. And I spent $40 on getting a meal for myself. I can forego one meal and have a protein shake and help a family around the world. I can sell something in my garage right now and I can help somebody else that needs that support. So creating financial abundance isn't just about you. It's about being able to be there for people when they truly need you. Some of you know I'm fairy godmother and I love to do the wishes. I love to grant the wishes. And I'm building this wishing well of finances. And one of my friends, Emily, and I are going to be going live, and we're going to be doing this really cool live sales thing where we're going to be giving at least half the proceeds to the wishing well so I can grant more wishes around the world. I'm so excited. I'm living my dreams, you guys, because I found the love inside that I've been missing all along. So, doing things that create joy. So, again, that is whatever it is for you. My joy doesn't have to be your joy. It can inspire you, but it doesn't have to be your joy. Your joy could be your family. Maybe you're saving up for a family vacation. Maybe you're saving up for something special for your partner. But to be able to have the income to do those special things feels so good. And it's not always about buying the stuff. It's about having the experiences. Like I said, the ability to give food to another family, the ability to give safe shelter to someone that you love. Those are things that are not replaceable. Those are things that build your self-esteem. It helps you to find love not only for yourself, but everybody in the world. We're sharing love. And abundance is meant to be shared. Otherwise, why else have it? All right. So number 4 in finding this self-love is setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing your own needs. How many times have we let people walk all over us? How many times have we said yes when we really meant no? How many times have you done things that you weren't proud of, that you look back on and went, man, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. I really don't know why I said yes to that. I don't know why I let that person treat me that way. I don't know why I didn't speak up. That's all about boundaries. And again, that's all about how you feel about yourself. So, setting healthy boundaries, not only in your personal life, but also your professional life. I heard the coolest thing the other day. Oh my gosh. And you guys, for those of you who know me, you know I'm on TikTok. I love TikTok. I know there's a lot of garbage out there, but you know what? I have found a very healthy platform. And to me, what you consume tends to be what's on your For You page. And I consume a lot of positivity, a lot of fun, a lot of silliness, a lot of dancing. I really find a lot of fun on TikTok. And I get to tap into not only my demographic, which is my age group of women. However, I also get to tap into some young ones. And it really does make a difference. And I love it. And it's so much fun. So it was like a skit that was going on the other day, and it was a woman at work, and her boss came in and said, "Oh, Sylvia, did you didn't respond to that memo that we sent last night?" She goes, it was a priority. It was super important, and you hadn't responded to it yet." And Sylvia said, "Oh, well, I just got into work. You know, it's 9. I just got into work, and I'm checking my emails right now. I'll respond to it right away." And the boss was like, yeah, but we sent that last night, and that's something that you needed to respond to right away." And Sylvia said, well, here's the thing. I work from 9 to 5, and my time at home is valuable to me. And you don't pay me to do work time at home. And I'm an hourly employee. And if this was such a priority, you can have given it to me yesterday while we were all still at work. When I'm at home, I don't look at my work stuff. That is my time for my family. That's my time for, the healthy routines that I have in my life. And when I'm at work is when I check my work things. And the responses in the comment section were amazing. Like, people, you don't realize sometimes that if you're on salary, I know that's a little bit different. Okay. But I'm talking about like hourly employees. How many times have our bosses expected us to do things off the clock? That's boundaries. That's professional boundaries. Now, if there's an expectation that you have to work on a project with your team after hours, okay. If you agree to it because that's something that you want to do, then that's you setting a boundary for that, or you saying, okay, I'm willing to put extra effort into this project. But a lot of the times, those are paid. Those are paid projects. You might get paid for the project. And then you're deciding the hours that you put in. But if you put more dedicated time into that project, I'm going to suggest you're going to probably put less hours because you're going to be focused on the task at hand rather than chit chatting for 45 minutes and then spending another hour working on the project. You can spend 20, 30 minutes focused in working on the project and getting that work done, laser focused. And not only is it going to get done faster, but it's going to be better quality of work because you're not distracted. So having that boundary, not only in your personal life, but in your professional life, knowing when to say no, knowing when your time is of the utmost value, knowing how to put yourself first, super important. So, also setting boundaries contributes to your self-worth. Saying no is actually really healthy, especially when you actually can't. Why are you saying no to that extra work? Or why are you saying, or I'm sorry, why are you saying yes? Why are you saying yes to that extra work? Or why are you saying yes to that fundraiser? You can help people, you can support people without going all in. Like last night, the compassion thing, where I was able to help these families. I'm getting to help these families by giving financially to their food and their water and making sure that these kiddos have some clothing for school. I don't have to go and be an administrator for the foundation. That's not in my capacity right now. In the past, though, that's what I would have wanted to do because I would have wanted to go support that organization. Well, wait, I can support that organization a lot better if I become a lot more abundant and then throw abundance that way towards them rather than trying to become a director and find the resources. I become the resource. I become that wealth of abundance for these incredible people that get to help these families and these children all over the world. That's self-worth. That's loving yourself. That's having positive self-esteem. And when I tell you that it is the most incredible feeling, I'm sure some of you have done it before, been able to help a friend in need, been able to be there financially for somebody, a family member or a friend that truly needed it. To give is one of the greatest acts of love. And it feels so good to be able to give from your heart authentically, kindly, and without any expectation of anything in return. It is one of the greatest feelings. And imagine being able to do that every day because you love and believe in yourself so much that you're doing the work, that you're building a healthy and loving routine for yourself, that you're taking care of yourself and putting good foods and water into your body, that you're building up your positive self-talk, and you're saying, I can do this. I got this. I'm a queen. I'm a king. I can do this. This world needs me. This world needs my message. This world needs this healing. This world needs my book. This world needs my play. This world needs my artwork. Whatever it is for you, maybe it's your music, maybe it's your voice, but this world needs you. Never be shy and keep yourself from your own abundance. Also, in that number 4, setting boundaries and prioritizing needs, make sure that you are communicating your needs effectively. Make sure that you're telling the people in your life or your job what it is that you actually need to be successful. and to set yourself up for a win. What is it that you need? Do you need hugs from your partner? Do you need positive words of affirmation from your boss? Like when you do a good job on a project, if you're going up to your boss and saying, hey, I promise you, you're going to get so much better work out of me if you tell me when I do a good job on something. There's nothing wrong with asking that. That's letting them know what your needs are. That's not saying, hey, I need all these pats on the back. That's saying when I do an exceptional job and I nail it, please let me know. Because I promise you, that will be my new standard. You're going to get better work out of me because I'm going to know what you want. That's saying I'm worth it. That's asking for what you need. Telling people in your life how you can feel most loved is one of the kindest acts of love you could ever give. And it's a gift to the other person because it doesn't leave them guessing. It doesn't leave them wondering how come they aren't feeling loved? Why are they feeling insecure? Because you didn't communicate your needs. It's not up to someone else to read your mind or read your heart or read the frequency that's coming off your body. It's not up to them. They may be in their own stuff, and they may not know until you tell them, hey, you know what? If I started the day with a hug every single morning, man, it would change my whole day. And when we're angry, I just want you to know, I don't want to fight. I want a hug. I just want you to come up and hug me and say, you know what, baby, no matter what we have going on, we're going to get through this. We're going to find a solution and it's going to be okay. And I love you. And we can say that to our friends. We can say that to our family members. But having that ability to ask for what you need is showing incredible self-love. Okay? So let's see. Number 5, cultivate self-compassion. So how many times do we get mad at ourselves for our flaws? One big thing for me was I had to work on my timeliness. I had to work on being on time for things. And I would beat myself up if I was late. I would just beat myself up. That was a flaw. Damn it. I was late again. I disappointed somebody again. I'm having to text or call somebody and let them know I'm late again. What is wrong with me? Do I not value their time? Do I not value my own time? Why can't I get my shit together? What's wrong with me? I literally had to start embracing my flaws because we all have them. We all have them. And I just needed better organizational skills. I started getting my stuff ready the night before. I started creating those healthy routines that help support me in building my self-love. I had to start creating those routines that helped me to have a win in the morning. I literally, there's been nights I've gone to bed with my bathing suit on. Not joking. I'm not even joking. I put your workout clothes on. Go to sleep in your workout clothes. They smell anyway. Who cares? Go to bed. Okay. If they smell, maybe not. Okay, but you know what I'm saying. You can go to bed with your sweats on or your workout shorts on. Go to bed with your workout clothes on. And guess what? You're already halfway there when you wake up. You are dressed and ready to go. Throw them shoes on and get out the door. I literally have gone to bed with my bathing suit on. And I'm like, I'm doing this thing. And I wake up and I'm like, I got my bathing suit on. Yeah, let's go. And I put the towel on the end of my bed and I literally throw my sweats on, and I throw my flip-flops on and I'm out the door to the gym. That has helped me to get that routine. I love it. I love doing that. And I laugh at myself. I laugh at myself a lot. It's okay to laugh at yourself. Embrace your imperfections. If you know you have a habit of waking up late, prepare yourself. Have everything ready to go. Today I have boom, 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 boom. I have meeting, work, meeting. I have all this stuff. Everything's prepared. Like I'm ready to go. I'm on point. I already know that I'm going to be on time for everything today. In fact, I'm probably going to be early for everything today because I have everything set up for a win and I feel good about it. And so I get to be focused and spend this amazing time with you guys. And I'm not worried about, oh shoot, I gotta make sure that I do this and I've got to handle this or do that. I'm not, my brain is not somewhere else. I am here. I am with you because I got to plan that time with you. So make sure that you treat yourself with kindness. Make sure that you're saying nice things to yourself. And I'm giving you permission right here, right now, to forgive your past. It's okay for you to let the past go. The past and the things that have happened, the mistakes that we've made, the sidesteps, the things that we've missed, the things that we did improperly, the things that we did that we weren't proud of. All we have to do is reframe them and look back and go, you know what? That was a lesson in who I didn't want to be. That was a lesson in how I don't want to act, or I don't want that result ever again. I'm never going to do that again because I don't want that result. So if we look at our past as our best school, the best education you have is behind you. Your past is there as a reminder of what not to do. Or maybe it's something you liked and you can look at it and go, wow, I got a great result out of that. Maybe you had a great communication with your partner or with your family member, and you're like, I'm going to keep doing that because that outcome was awesome. So again, your past is there to remind you only. It's not meant to keep you hostage. It's not meant to hold you back. And so many times we go, oh, I'm not succeeding because this happened when I was a kid. Or that relationship failed. I'm heartbroken for decades. I mean, that's again, these are there to teach us that job or that relationship or that thing that didn't work out. I heard the best thing. Sometimes rejection is God's protection. And your universe, your higher power is protecting you from something. Maybe it's a good thing that you got rejected by that job or by that book publisher or, whoever. Maybe it's a good thing that you didn't get that loan that you were supposed to get because it would have gotten you further into debt and you would have just spent it and you didn't have the right mindset for that money at the time. So make sure that you treat yourself with kindness and you forgive your past because it is okay to do so. Treat yourself like your best friend because you are your own best friend. And how you can really build love on the inside is by actually building love on the inside, by loving yourself and realizing that you are a magnificent being. You are love. That's our natural state. So we have so much to give ourselves. And that literally expands into so much to give to others. So when we treat ourselves like our own best friend and we're kind to ourselves and we build these routines and we say these wonderful things to ourselves and we prepare and we get our stuff in gear and we embrace our flaws and love ourselves exactly the way that we are, we start building that positive self-esteem and that self-worth. And it feels so good. Just acknowledge we all make mistakes. We all have flaws. And we all have setbacks and challenges. We all do. Don't think just because you got over that great mountain and it's done, it's all, I handled it, it's so great. Don't think another setback isn't coming your way. That's why we build up our self-esteem. That's why we build up who we are so we can handle whatever comes our way and we can find the solution quicker and we don't have to stay in it as long. You don't have to stay in the pain. You don't have to stay in that unhealthy mindset because, again, it's beating you up. You don't have to do that anymore. When you learn the tools and you build up your self-worth, all of a sudden you start realizing, you know what? I'm worth this. I'm worth doing this thing. I'm worth going to the gym. I'm worth drinking my water. I'm worth eating healthy. I'm worth having good relationships. I'm worth saying no. I'm worth having boundaries. I'm worth having abundance. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Whatever that is for you, you're worth it. So, challenge your negative self-talk and become aware of it. Super big. Um, Ask if there's evidence. I love this. Ask if there's evidence to support the negative self-talk, or is it based on assumptions or past experiences? Where is your negative self-talk coming from? Why do you say, "Oh, I'm so stupid"? Did someone tell you that? Why did you say, "Oh, I can't do it. I'm never going to figure this out"? Did someone tell you that? Because it's just not true. Just not true. We can figure anything out. I can do this thing. You know what? This tech might be challenging, but I can figure it out. This book writing thing, it might be challenging. I don't know how to publish, but I can figure it out. The first time I had to go to publish on Kindle, oh my God, you guys, I was so freaking out. And I had to get up from my computer and walk away so many times, but I coming back. And I kept coming back and I kept coming back and I kept coming back. And I finally got to take a screenshot of loading. I want your screenshot of loading. I want that for you because, again, that feeling, the feeling is incredible. All right. So that is my 5. I want to end on time because I want to also give you my announcement. Plus, we're going to stay afterwards for a few minutes and do Q&A. If you'd like to, you can. If not, you can jump off. 5 key teaching points for this self-love masterclass. Number 1, how self-love impacts your overall well-being, increasing your self-confidence, improving your mental health, and building stronger relationships. How to identify. Number 2, identifying negative self-talk. Recognize your negative self-talk patterns, reframe them, and replace them with something positive. Number 3, practice self-care. Create a personal self-care routine. Nourish your body, mind, and soul, and do things that create joy. I love saying that. Do things that create joy. It feels so good. All right. Number 4, setting boundaries and prioritizing your needs. The importance of setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries contribute to your self-worth and make sure that you are communicating your needs effectively. And number 5, cultivating self-compassion. Embrace your imperfections and your flaws. Overcome your self-criticism and acknowledge your past and your flaws and embrace them. So that is my self-love, self-worth masterclass. I'm so grateful for you guys joining me today. So for the announcement, I'm so excited to announce I have, for the last 18 months, been working on some business classes, and I have been working on something called the School of Magic. And the best thing is I am officially launching my school in the next week or so. And in just over a week, I'm officially launching my courses and my school. I have an amazing platform. If you are interested, there's going to be, I'm going to put tons and tons and tons of free content out there. However, if you're interested in doing coaching, if you're interested in doing healing, if you're interested in having an accountability partner, if you're interested in having a personal contact of somebody that can help you to get to where you want to go. I have in the past charged a lot of money, thousands of dollars for my services. People have hired me as a coach and, paid either hundreds of dollars an hour or thousands of dollars for coaching packages. I am completely changing the organization of how I am teaching. And I am now going to be teaching live and doing accountability and doing all these things in my school. It is going to be a subscription based, which is going to be a small fee a month. However, you're going to literally get counseling. You're going to get support. You're going to get accountability partner. You're going to get the coaching. For those of you who don't know, I have had a counseling certification. I used to be a counselor for many, many years here in Washington State. I was registered with the state, working with families, working with partners, and working a lot in grief. One of my number one things was grief. And also, I had a very successful spiritual practice where I taught basic intuition. So I will be teaching my intuition again. I will be teaching all these wonderful acumens about building your mindset and basically continuing on the self-love path. So there's going to be new courses every single month that are going to be available to you. There's going to be live coaching that is available to you. There's going to be personal coaching that is available to you. Also, again, if you are, I'm going to be doing transformational and spiritual advising. So if you're feeling that you need some extra support, now I am not a substitute for a therapist, but if you need counseling support, I can be there for you as well. And the best part is everybody's going to get live access to me in the programs. And so I am super excited to launch this. If this is something that you're interested in, I'm going to whitelist you for a month and be able to you'll get to try it out for free, and you guys will get to actually see what it's about, and then we're going to be rolling into a monthly program where it's going to be $97 a month, but you're going to get incredible access. You're going to get incredible courses. You're going to get incredible skills, and you're going to have the most amazing team of people that are committed to you succeeding at your highest level. So we have people that are doing mixed media. We have people that are working in marketing. We have people that are working in organization. I even have, we're going to be teaching some sales techniques and just some really incredible things. So I'm super excited to launch that. So that is my big announcement that I'm just so excited to finally launch my courses, my School of Magic, something I've been working on for a really long time. And my group is called Jedi Masters, because you're actually mastering the force within, which I love. If you guys know, I'm a Star Wars nerd. And so I'm very excited about launching that. So if you want to open it up for Q&A, we've got a few minutes. If anybody has any questions, let's see. I want to go here. And thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate you guys coming on today. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to stop the video here. All right, so I want to look through anything. Good morning. All right. You guys are so funny. Oh, Bella. Aw. Wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes. Somebody's getting on a flight. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to come on and chop it up for a minute, or are we good to go? Any comments or any feedback? All right, I'm going to end the live stream. So for you YouTubers, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on this masterclass, and I will see you next time.